I need to say something that's going to sound insane. I'm 19 years old. I made $180,000 last year completely by myself, and I am still not happy. Not fake humble, not looking for sympathy. I genuinely mean that. And the moment I realized it, I actually sat there for like 10 minutes just staring at the wall because I had no idea what to do with that feeling. Because this was supposed to be the finish line. This was the thing I grinded toward every single day for 2.5 years. Hit the money, everything gets better. That was the deal I made with myself, and I hit the money, and nothing changed. So if you're out there right now killing yourself to reach some number because you think it's going to fix how you feel, please just watch this whole video, because I did it. I got there, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's waiting on the other side. I'm a 19-year-old kid in college. I have no rich dad, no trust fund, no head start. I built sports content pages on YouTube Shorts and TikTok completely from scratch, and I scaled them to where I was pulling $180,000 in a single year while sitting in lecture halls and writing papers at the same time. And the first time I crossed $10,000 in 1 month, I felt it. I'm not gonna lie, I screenshotted it. I literally stared at it for 20 minutes straight just thinking, this is actually real. But that feeling lasted maybe 3 days. And then my brain just quietly moved the goalposts and said, cool, now what? And that right there is the thing nobody warned me about. The goalpost never stops moving, ever. Because the problem was never the number. The problem was that I was using the number to avoid dealing with everything else going on inside my head. Here's what I mean. At some point in the last year, I stopped being a person who makes content and I just became the content. Every single thing in my life started getting filtered through one question. Is this going to help me grow or not? Going out with friends? I should be editing. Taking a day off? I should be posting. Just sitting and watching a movie without feeling guilty? Impossible. Because some part of my brain had decided that if I wasn't suffering, I wasn't working hard enough. And for a while, I actually thought that was normal. I thought that was just what being serious looked like. I had this whole story in my head that the grind was supposed to hurt, and if it didn't hurt, you were going soft. But that's not ambition. That's anxiety wearing an ambition costume. And I was so deep in it that I couldn't even see it from the inside. Here's the thing that really broke me though. I had a month last year where I made more money than both of my parents combined make in 6 months. And I remember my mom calling me that night just to check in, and I was short with her on the phone because I was stressed about a video not performing the way I wanted it to. I hung up and I just sat there thinking, what is actually wrong with me? Like, I am literally living the thing I dreamed about, and I can't even hold a 10-minute phone call with my own mom without feeling pulled away. That's when I knew something was seriously off. Because money was never supposed to be the point. Money is a tool, and a tool is only useful if you actually know what you're trying to build with it. And I had been so locked into making the money that I completely lost sight of what I even wanted the money for in the first place. So I had to get real with myself, and I mean actually real. Not the kind of real where you tell people what they want to hear, the kind of real that's uncomfortable to sit with. The truth is, I was chasing a feeling I thought success would give me, and that feeling was security. Like, if I had enough money, I'd finally feel safe. I'd finally feel like I was enough. I'd finally stop feeling like I was one bad month away from losing everything. But here's what I learned the hard way. No amount of money in a bank account can give you that feeling if you don't already have it inside yourself. You will make $50K and think you need $100K. You'll make $100K and think you need $200K. The number will keep changing, but the empty feeling underneath it doesn't go anywhere because you're using money to treat a problem that money was never designed to solve. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you to stop chasing your goals. I'm still posting every week. I'm still growing. I still care deeply about what I'm building, but I do it differently now, and the difference matters. I stopped treating my revenue as my self-worth. That was the first thing, because when you tie your identity to a number that changes every single month, you're guaranteeing that you're going to feel like garbage half the time, and no goal is worth hating yourself for half your life. I also stopped treating rest like something you have to earn. I used to think you only got to relax after you hit a milestone. But rest isn't a reward. Rest is part of the work. If you run the engine without ever checking the oil, it's going to blow. And your brain is the engine. You can't just grind it forever and expect it to keep performing. And the last thing, I started actually asking myself a question I had been avoiding for 2 years. Not, how do I make more money? But what kind of life am I actually building here? And does the way I'm spending my time every single day point toward that life? For a long time, the honest answer was no, and that answer was hard to sit with, but it was the most important thing I ever faced. Look, I still have bad days. There are still nights where I check my analytics before I check in on the people I care about. I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to pretend I am, but I'm aware now, and the moment you become aware of the pattern, you stop being controlled by it. So if any of this hit you, if you've ever crossed a goal and felt weirdly empty instead of happy, just know you're not broken. You're not ungrateful. You just believed the same lie I believed, that the thing on the other side of the grind was happiness. It's not. The happiness is in here right now if you know where to look. Drop a comment and tell me if you've ever felt this way. I genuinely want to know I'm not the only one. And if you want more of this kind of raw, honest stuff, subscribe, because I'm going to keep making it, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Alright, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one.